Hello. I am just quickly popping in to do a very quick intro to this video. If you don't know who I am, my name is Cece. I'm an illustrator artist based in New York City. I draw cute stuff. In this video, I thought I would go over how I make sticker sheets like these. This one and this one. These were, I'm zooming in. Like this one and this one. These are sticker sheets that were recently added during Lunar New Year to my shop. I also have sticker sheets like this one, which are for my Patreon. As you can see, they're formatted basically exactly the same way. So yeah, if you want to know how to make sticker sheets the way that I make them now, and prep them for outsourcing, keep on watching. Also, really quickly, I have clay commissions open in my shop for a very limited time. So you can order keycaps, little Isabel keycaps, Kirby keycaps. You can order custom keycaps. They are $40 a piece. And you can pick whatever character animal you want. No humans, only animals. I also have commissions open for little desk figurines, which I don't have one to show you because I sold all of my desk figurines, but I'll post a little picture here. Yeah, so if you want that, that's also available unless they're sold out. I am trying to make a little cash to pay for new stickers, including the one that I'm about to show you. I'm also I'm getting a puppy soon, so it's a puppy fund. So yeah, consider checking out the stuff in my shop and also the commissions if you're interested. Yeah, all right. Let's quickly get into the little tutorial. Yeah, all right. See you on the other side. Hello. It is voiceover Cece here. I thought I would show you the full drawing process for how I make sticker sheets as well as the formatting. So let's just begin. First off, my big tip for how I make all of my art is I use a paper overlay to make my digital illustrations feel more traditionally. And my favorite paper overlay is from the Max Packs paper pack, which I bought when I was still using Procreate, but it works just as well on CSP. It's just a PNG that I import and then set as an overlay, and it gives it like a yummy papery texture. So big recommend finding a paper texture that you really like. And then I just start drawing. So I am going to take you through how I draw this one sticker, and then I will talk you through how I kind of think about sticker sheets. But first off, I am doing all of the flats for this sticker. This is a little planter pot that looks like a cat with I think this was supposed to be a rubber tree planted in it on top of a stack of books. So I am starting off figuring out the colors that I want for this sticker. This first sticker is also helping me decide the color scheme that I'm going to use for the entire sticker sheet, because I like my stickers to be fairly cohesive in color and theme so that you can use it all on one spread in your planner or whatever, and it'll feel like nice and cohesive, That's what I like to do with my planner. So yeah, I'm figuring out the colors in this situation. In this case, I decided on a pink, green, and brown book for the book stack, and that is what I ended up doing for all of the books in this little sticker sheet. I picked these colors specifically because I wanted the sticker sheet to match with my bookish washi tapes. I have two bookish washi tapes, a dark brown one that's supposed to look like a bookshelf, and then a green one called Plant Academia that is green and has plants. And yeah, so I wanted these stickers to match the washi tapes because when I plan, I like to pick out a couple of washi tapes that I think will work for the spread and the stickers, and then I just use that for the entire week to decorate my planner. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking about when I'm picking out these colors. Now that my colors are pretty much set, I will start doing the lighting. Oh, another big thing that I like doing with my brushes. So for if you're curious, the brush that I use is from Kyle Webster's brushes, which are now Photoshop only, unfortunately, but used to be available for download. I'm still looking for a substitute that I can recommend to folks who aren't using Photoshop. But I don't have one. So that's what I use. I also use the Jing Sketch brushes, which I like quite a bit. But the main thing that I think is really important for my style of drawing is that I have color jitter on, which basically randomizes the color slightly depending on the settings that you give it, by each brush stroke, which helps give it a more painterly look. It helps make each color look more dynamic so that it's not just one flat color. It's like, a little bit gradienty kind of. Yeah. So I highly recommend playing around with your color jitter settings on your brush. I think that makes a really big difference. Yeah. So for lighting, I typically will do as many lighting layers as I need to make the objects in the sticker or the drawing stand out. In this case, I am doing 3 multiply layers and I think probably 2 overlay layers, which is pretty standard for me. That's typically how much I need to make it look right to me. And I think one thing that I do that's kind of different from a lot of other digital artists is that I use a warm toned multiply layer. A lot of people use blues and like purples, like bluer purples, to do their shadows, but I really like a good warm multiply layer. I feel like it gives it a warmer vibe. And because I use so many warm colors in my work, I think that it just matches better. So yeah, I am trying to detail out all of the little leaves and the pages on the books and stuff to make it look like it's real. Kind of. It's not like supposed to be super realistic, but it's supposed to, real enough, but like cutified. Yeah, I really enjoy doing lighting. I do lighting pretty formulaically. I in a different video I'm going to talk more about how I do lighting, but yeah, I do lighting pretty formulaically. I just kind of try to highlight where the shadows are and where the highlights are. So yeah, once I do that, one of the things that I've been doing lately, not lately, I guess since last year I started doing this, but I started playing with line art more. I was never much of a line art girly, so if you scroll back in my like Instagram feed, you'll see that my old work used to never have line art, but I've been really into doing some more line art lately. Again, this is something that I do that's quite different from, I think, from a lot of other artists, is I do line art last. A lot of people do line art first, which makes sense, but I don't enjoy doing line art. I like how it looks, but I don't really like doing line art when the page is blank. So I will do line art last, and I will pick out my colors and swatch them in the corner to reuse to color swatch again for the entire page, just because that way I don't have to like zoom in and color pick and stuff. It's just easily accessible. You can also just use the swatch page on your color picker. That's an option. I kind of forgot the swatch thing existed, so I just, make swatches on my page. Yeah, so the line art, where I do what color is fully based on vibes. Depending on what I'm trying to highlight in the drawing, I will decide on the color of line art. It's basically what I think will help make the object stand out more. So for example, if I'm trying to line a section that is quite dark already, I'll typically use a lighter highlight color and draw it like where it's lighter on the drawing. This doesn't make any sense. I don't know how to explain this to you. It's just based on vibes, guys. It's just based on vibes. I don't really know how else to explain it. I try not to make my line art too jarring, so that's why I'm not using like the yellow on the brown book or whatever, because I feel like that would be too bright of a color. But yeah, it's just listen, most of my art is just based on vibes. Anyway, after I have finished each sticker, I will group the entire set of layers and then move on to the next sticker. I do all of my stickers like this where I will do one at a time instead of drawing the entire page at once. I find that that helps me kind of not get too lost in the sauce, you know, like I'm not stressing about trying to get all of the flats done and then all of the multiply layers done at the same time. I'm just focusing one at a time. Um, yeah, so let's talk about how I think about sticker sheets. So I said already that I like my sticker sheets to be pretty cohesive. I always start with a theme. I have a fun little Google Keep notes thing on my phone where I will just write out sticker sheet ideas that I want to make eventually at some point. And it'll be as vague as books or dragons, or it'll be like self-care ideas for the self-care sticker sheet that I have in my shop, etc. So I'll have a list of ideas to choose from, and depending on how many sticker sheets I've made in the recent like few weeks, there will be more ideas or less ideas, you know, because you kind of get burnt out on making sticker sheet ideas. I feel like that's one of the reasons I like doing a bunch of different kinds of products, is that when I am basically only focusing on making sticker sheets for a really long time, I get burnt out on making sticker sheets. So I need something else to switch to. And then, like when I'm making my calendar, I get burnt out on making prints because I'm making like 12 prints in a couple weeks. So yeah, it's good to switch things up a bit, so that you can keep your creative juices flowing without having to completely stop. Yeah, in this case, I really wanted to do a book themed sticker sheet, mostly because my other book themed sticker sheet sold out, and there was a lot of good feedback for my planner um, supplies themed sticker sheet that I made for my Patreon in January. So I thought I would kind of combine the ideas. I wanted to do books, and I also wanted to do stationery, and I feel like they're pretty like similar themes that I could put them all in one sticker sheet, and then that way I wouldn't be stuck trying to figure out how to draw books like 20 different ways, because books are just books. Especially the way I draw books, I'm not drawing like proper covers. I'm just kind of drawing kind of vintagey old style books, you know? It was really fun making the sticker sheet, coming up with the ideas for things to draw. I also referenced my own pens. So the Muji gel pen, 0.38 gel pen, amazing pen. I used that to draw an actual pen for my sticker sheet. I also used my TWSBI Eco fountain pen as a reference. Because I love my TWSBI Eco. If you are a fountain pen girly, definitely get a TWSBI. They are amazing pens. I have had mine for like too many years. I've had mine since like 2017 or something. So they do work very well, and last. So anyway, when I'm designing my sticker sheet, apart from the theme, I also like to make sure that there are stickers that are kind of horizontal and vertical. So I want stickers that will fit in different nooks and crannies on your planner. So this is how the sticker sheet turned out. I really like all of the assets that I made. I think it looks really cute. And now let's go into actually formatting the sticker sheet. So when I export my stickers, I will group all of my sticker folders, and then I will clip my overlay layer to them, and then I will turn off the background so that so it's a clear PNG, and then I will export it as a PNG. If you do not have CSP allows for layer nesting, which I think is amazing. As far as I'm aware, the other drawing softwares don't allow that. I would just make a copy of your file and then flatten everything and then do your overlay, so that you can still clip, just so you can maintain that like papery texture. All right. Once we open our vector software, there are a plethora of vector softwares to choose from. I use Affinity Designer. Affinity Designer, I think, is like $50 or something, and it goes on sale pretty frequently. I don't use Adobe Illustrator because I don't have the money for a Adobe Illustrator subscription. Okay, I don't like subscription based models for software. I find it very frustrating. Like, it's different if it's a subscription, you know, like a Patreon subscription or something, because you're getting new art and new goodies every month. I am not a fan of software that is subscription based. Anyway, all of that aside, I use Affinity Designer, which means that this process is a little bit more complicated than using Adobe Illustrator. Adobe Illustrator, you can just do image trace. Big fan of image trace. Image trace doesn't exist on Affinity Designer. So after I import all of my sticker designs, and I do that by, I cut out all of the individual stickers and then I import them into my vector file. My vector file is 4x6, by the way. I just have it's just a basic rectangle 4x6 with my logo on it. It's not fancy. Once I have all my stickers imported, I will duplicate them so that I am not losing the original DPI and resolution of the illustration. Does that make sense? Because when you scale images up and down, it'll change the resolution. So I will duplicate all of my PNGs first before messing with them, just in case. I have yet to actually go back and use the duplicated, like the pre-duplicated PNGs, but I have them just in case. And now we are going to work on tracing out every single sticker and then making the cut line and the white outline for the bleed. All right. So you use your pen tool and get very familiar with the pen tool if you don't have image trace, and you basically trace around your image. I am not super fussed about making it as close as possible because it like really doesn't matter that much. You're gonna end up offsetting this anyway, so it doesn't have to be exact. But I do try to get it as close as possible without cutting into the sticker. You want to make sure that your line is outside of the sticker and not within the illustration, because that's going to make a difference for how much offset you're getting. Because most sticker manufacturers need a certain amount of space between the image and the cut line, and then the image, and then most manufacturers also need a certain amount of bleed space between each sticker. So make sure you get those numbers from your manufacturer before you start doing this. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. Okay. So I'm using my pen tool to make control points to trace my image. And then I will kind of fuss around with control points until it looks exactly how I want it to look. And then you use the offset function in your vector software. I don't know if every vector software has this, but Illustrator does, Affinity Designer does. Your offset function is your best friend. Okay. Well, after the pen tool. Which one is a better friend? They're both great friends. After you make your curve that you have made to trace your sticker, you copy it. Do not lose this curve, okay? Because then you're gonna have to do it again. So you're gonna copy paste it and then you're going to offset it. For me, my manufacturer does 0.05 inches. That's the amount of space that I need. So I will do an offset of 0.05 to make the cut line. And then I will bake it, which makes it so that the line is there. And then I will offset it again, another 0.05 for the bleed. Once I have those two lines, I will fill the outside bleed curve with white and turn off the outline. And then the cut line has no fill and just has a 0.3 point stroke. It doesn't really matter how much your stroke is because like it's not going to get printed. It's just for reference for the manufacturer. Okay, so that is how you do the cut lines and the bleed lines for a single sticker. Now I'm going to do this for every single sticker that is on my sticker sheet. I do this for each design, and the reason you want to copy paste your first curve, your trace curve, is because I spend a lot of time formatting these stickers, and I will size them up and size them down. If you're sizing them down, your offset layer is not going to be the same, right? So if you have like let's say you have a 5-inch offset layer. And then you scale it down by half. Your offset layer is no longer 5 inches. It's going to be 2.5 inches, you know? So that's the same situation for these sticker sheets. So that's why I saved the first curve. This is so complicated. That's why I saved the first curve, so that I don't have to redo it. Then I just have to offset again and again to make sure that everything is looking right, has the right amount of bleed, has the right amount of offset for the cut lines, etc. I tend to have to redo the offset a lot because I try to fit as many stickers as I possibly can in one sticker sheet. I like my sticker sheets to look fairly cramped. I want it to feel like you're getting as much bang for your buck, you know? Also because I like multiple different sizes of sticker in a sticker sheet. I want stickers that can be more decorative, like for bigger spaces, and I want stickers that are kind of just space fillers for in between like passages and whatever that I'm writing in my planner. Basically what I'm saying is I make sticker sheets based on how I use a planner and how I would use the stickers. Oh, there can also be sometimes when you offset, sometimes your program is a little funky and doesn't quite do it right, which means that there will be extra curves after you bake your offset. You might have noticed that happening with a couple of the stickers earlier in the time lapse. A great way to find these extra curves is if your layer says curves instead of curve. That means that there's a hidden curve somewhere that you need to delete. So you go into your control point selection tool and you find those little extra curves, the pesky little extra curves that you don't want, and you got to delete them. Okay, it'll help it'll just make everything more clean. So yeah, I typically, after I do an offset, I will check in my layers to see if it says curve or curves, because that way I don't have to really think as much. I just do. My sticker sheets have little doodles around the stickers just to, you know, give it a little extra something. Is it necessary? No, but I think it looks cute. So I will export my file as a PNG, import it into CSP, draw my sparkles, hide the image, export my CSP sparkles as a transparent PNG, and then re-import it back into the original file on Affinity Designer on your vector software. And then I'm pretty much done. I'm probably playing around with the background color, trying to figure out the right background color that I want for the sticker sheet. I like my stickers to, I don't like having stickers that have the same background color for like all at once in my shop. I like them to all look a little different just so it's more fun to look at. I think it's mostly just so it's more fun for me to look at when I'm doing my listings. But yeah, so because I had decided on a different sticker sheet that was going to have a green background, I ended up changing this one to brown. I felt like that made a little bit more sense with the theme. Once my file is done, my file is fully done, okay? I am finding all of the curves that are the cut lines and moving them to their own separate folder. And then I'm flattening everything else. So basically when my manufacturer gets my file, they get a set of curves, which are what they have to cut, and they get one raster image that is for printing. And then because I don't have Illustrator, I export my files as a PDF file, a digital PDF file, which you can import into a vector software, and it will retain all the information for the curves and such. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I will try my best to answer them. This is just how I format my sticker sheets. I'm sure people have other methods of doing it, but I find that this is the easiest way for me to make my factory happy and to make me happy. So yeah, and again, if you want this sticker sheet, it will be coming out at some point soonish in the future. I've already paid for them. But it was a lot of money. Yeah, so please keep an eye out for my next job update, which will probably be in April or May. And again, check out those commissions if you would like. Check out what's in the shop. Help me help fundraise for my puppy. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being part of my cozy little space on the internet. Let me know if this was helpful, and I will see you all later. All right, bye friends.